Don't do it, guys. Don't place trades based on what you see here. Please consult your own financial advisors and do your own due diligence. All right, with that said, let's go. It is Monday, September 3rd, Labor Day. I am a little sick, actually. So, but I have been thinking a little bit and looking for some more opportunities to make my option trading a bit more profitable. And so I did a tiny bit of research and I've been really getting interested in China. So I was listening to Cameco's call again, and I I started looking into China, and so maybe I should just buy the whole entire index, and this is probably the best one. They have a couple of them, but FXI is probably the best one. They have either this one or I'm actually watching PEK. This one's also China. All right, but FXI is a lot more liquid, as you can see over here. Now, I want it, but I checked out the options on it, and they look like they hit my targets really well. So if you can see here, look, just for selling a put on September 7th, which is less than a week away. This is probably going to go down another 10% or 15%, probably 30 cents or even lower by tomorrow. But but if it does stay at 30 cents, that's a pretty good return. That's a pretty good return. So I would need $4,200. All right, so that's not small, but I have $2,000 coming in off of a couple puts from Cameco, and then I have this one expiring on the 21st, so that's another thousand, and these expire here unless they get triggered. This will also expire, so it's another 2,800. So I have plenty of money, so I'm thinking I commit some of that into something more profitable and look to acquire, either collect premium from or acquire FXI. Now we're going to go to the sell put option again. So it's trading in at 42.39 right now. Actually, let me check out what the lows are like. 42 here. And what's this low? 40.59. Yeah, so it might get hit, but it's okay. I do want to own this. It has got a nice dividend, and something just sparked me up. I think it might be a good long-term investment here. I don't, it peaked out. I remember this peak here in 2015. Um, but look, it spiked up again January 2018. These spikes, from my experience, my limited experience here, these spikes tend to be a bullish sign, especially if it's more than one of them. It's like the market trying to break through a barrier, but it's just getting a little ahead of itself. That's how I look at it. And it's a good sign on a it's a bullish sign for me. And if the spikes go downwards, it's a bearish sign for me. It's like market's trying to fall, but people are not quite convinced just yet. So I'm thinking this is going to be an uptrend here. And it's not just from a technical standpoint. I'm not a very good technician. I just I look more at fundamentals rather than technicals. And there's many reasons to be bullish on China, but I don't feel comfortable enough talking about it, at least at this point. I may do that in the future, but here's what we know. It's got a nice dividend. Look at the PE ratio in the fund, 9.22. It's crazy. It's a fairly liquid fund. All right, it's almost 5 billion. The low is 40 for the year, and it dropped down in 2016 as low as 27. but it doesn't really concern me that much. 27, if it hits that low again, which I don't expect it to ever, but if it does, it's like 15, it's like a 30% hit or something like that. No big deal. So I'm thinking I try to get a good entry price into this and earn premium in the meantime. And if I don't get the price, I'll just keep earning premium. And it's worth it for me for the capital to stay tied up in these options, right? You can see how much I'm earning here. It's crazy. For a week, for like 4 days, 30 cents for every 4,200, $30, I guess, for every 4,200. That's great for 4 days, you know? Granted, um, most of the depreciation of the option happens in the last week. So I'm thinking that if I can keep rolling this over for the rest of the month, I'll be in good shape. If I'm able to collect that, that makes, let's say $30 per week. That's $120 per month from generated from just 4,200. That's really good. That's really good. I can't even do the math right now, but that's a really good percent. That's like 25, 30%. If I'm able to roll that over every week, that's like 30% return on capital. I mean, that's huge. And if not, if it spikes down and I hit this and I own this fund and I'm happy with that, and I can sell some calls against it as it goes up. So I think this is going to be my next project, guys. I'm pretty excited on the 21st. Maybe I'll just, I don't have the money, but maybe I can just do it early and just start tomorrow or this week at some point. Start putting money in and start selling some contracts here. But I'm excited about this. This is a good revenue generation opportunity for me. I'll be thinking about it throughout the week. But that's my new great idea. We'll see if I manage to materialize it, see how it pans out. I think that's going to be a nice additional cash flow here into this portfolio. Because we got to get to a million somehow. Got to make some bold moves. Yeah, 4,200 is a lot of money for me to be expending on a single contract, but go big or go home, right? All right, guys, so that's my conclusion for today. That's my discovery. Um, Listening to the Q2 broadcast from Cameco was nice. I think those guys are super intelligent. I like how bold they are. They're really trying to make a cut into the market, and I think it's going to be real good for the uranium market and very healthy thing that they're doing. They also talked about the reason why I like China is what got me sparked thinking about China is they mentioned that they're going to try to market some of their product over there, because China's been building a lot of reactors and starting some massive ones, more efficient but larger ones. And they need electricity there. China needs electricity. I mean, I don't know how many billions they are now, but they're gonna need a lot of electricity. They should be, they should become the biggest nuclear energy consumer in the world soon. The thing is over there is that nuclear power doesn't have such a negative connotation as the weak-handed Western culture is trying to is it seems to be going towards. Um, why do I say weak-handed? Because it doesn't make any sense. It is the safest form of energy, is the cleanest form of energy. It doesn't make any sense besides political correctness or, you know, how it makes people feel on the inside when they say nuclear and power. So that's the only negative thing about it culturally, and it is actually a very safe and if it's one of the cleanest and safest forms of generating energy. And if people would only realize that, there'd be a lot more nuclear stations out there, but they don't. But China doesn't seem to have that issue. So they're looking at numbers, and that's good for business. That's good for business. Although I have a kind of a bearish outlook on uranium at the moment for the next few years, um, that might switch. That might switch. We'll see. Fundamentals is real important for me, so it takes a lot of thought to think these things through. But for now, I'm thinking of selling some options against China or with China. All right, that's it for now, guys. All right, peace.